welcome to One Way, where we go one way, and that's west. It may just be the washer-dryer phase today, depending on how things go. Anyway, this is done on a phone. You'll hear clawing and scratching noises to try to do certain maneuvers. Otherwise, I try to hold the phone in a certain way in which to avoid that. That comes with a cost of lack of control, but like walking directly into trees and stuff like that. Yeah, so my food mysteriously vanished, and someone pointed out that the reason it did is that I quote-unquote threw it. So apparently what happened, and this has happened on Pocket Edition quite a few times, and we can move the player, that's even better, is I select something and then the game gets stuck and keeps selecting. Therefore, the bread that I had got thrown out, even though I stopped selecting it when I was eating. So the game got stuck. And this is something that's happened on quite often. This has happened on the LG phones as well, so it's a Bedrock thing. And we're placing blocks that we don't need to place. What I might do is switch over to that and poison ourselves while we're at it. Then we can move the player and get to this portal if we can. And I can't reach that. We can move the player when I'm pushing the move the player button. Nothing. Oh, and nothing there. Yeah, we don't use the nether anymore. Okay, can we... Alright, this way. Alright, so... what I'd like to do is find a village. You can move the player when we press the move the player button. When we get a little too low on the food, we'll start slowing down again. Otherwise, we can move the player. We're pressing the move the player button. Probably means move the player. So we broke the 3 million barrier, and the mountains are still here. I'm wondering, A, if it's only in the positive direction that they're broken. B, it's a rare thing that they break, and not as common as people make it out to be. Or C, it's been patched even though Mojang themselves said that it's not worth doing. And we're going to Dave Grohl here. And there. I like to try to get at least 20,000 blocks in, but I don't know. It's New Year's Eve as I'm recording this, and if there's sufficient time before the New Year comes in, I might end with a silent run. Might. Because things have kind of went a little long in terms of getting the laundry ready. Iron Sword is about gone, so yeah, pressing the button. put that over here. Alright, let's just... Alright, that should be here. We can make 3 more beds. So, I mean, we're not desperate for a village right now, but it'd be nice if one appears. There's an outpost. It means one's got to be around here. Although it's not always a definitive. Yeah, I was contemplating whether or not to climb this little hill just to... There's one. Okay, we can move the player now. It's a bit of a project village, but we also kind of need it, though. If we weren't in a bind, then I would say forget about it. Of course we miss where we want to go. Get off. Okay, right here. Yep, we're selecting the chicken. Do some food poisoning. Then... we need a new bed. That does not belong there. Actually, while we're at it, let's just... Yeah, we don't need them now. We can move on with food. That's the important thing. It's also starting to get a little late anyway, so... Oh, it's an abandoned village. Well, that still kind of works. Move. We're pressing a button. Actually, yeah, we don't need the beds. We're just looking for food, if any exists. This helps. Okay, so for the most part, we're breaking. We need any more. We'll just go with what we got. Now we can. Oh, come on! Is it there's not a way there? Yeah, there is actually. How are we doing on coal? All right, we could probably use some of that while the timer is... Yeah, we've been getting killed a lot lately. Seems every episode we die. We get into those jags where we have a long run, then we die, then we move the player even. We can move the player. just put that over here for now. We don't have any oh, there's a smithy. Jump. I'm glad I pressed the jump button and nothing happens. That's the best. Press. Dump our unnecessaries in here. Got boots, we can use that. And we can dump that and dump that, because we definitely don't need either of those. And more bread doesn't hurt. Oh, we already got boots. They're not damaged enough to really matter. Okay. I'm done with the food. I gotta keep an eye on it, because, like I say, sometimes it gets stuck on a selection and keeps on repeating the command to use that slot, which is the opposite of how the game usually works. Is I want to select something and it ignores it. Yeah, we can place the boat. As I said, the way the timing's been going with the getting the laundry and stuff ready to go today, not sure if there'll be a little extra time to do a little extra to count down the new year. Now, I'm not going to be counting it down on the video, but I'll be having a quote-unquote silent run because, you know, watching the ball drop is kind of a... Yeah, the telecasts are a bit copyrighted. Now we're off to a much smoother start. Yeah, we had the death, we had some minor setbacks. We now have food. And we can move the player. I like it when the player moves. Constantly ignoring that I'm pressing the move the player button. Alright. These ice runs help. Well, unless of course there's a big patch of water that traps the boat. The little patches aren't going to hurt. Oh, wait a minute. This is a regular boat, ain't it? And a village. But we're going to need to be in an inlet so I can get out. And yep, that's a polar bear in the boat. We're going to have to leave it because 2 in a row here. Okay, we can... And a smithy again. Chest plate. That's wearing out, so it always helps to have some of those. More bread. My iron pickaxe is still good. Pressing buttons. Well, again, chest plate's not really damaged enough to care at the moment. Are there more? No, there aren't. But we do have a problem we need to take care of. And that is the lack of wood, the lack of a boat. Because once again, we have to give it up to the polar bear, because if I try to free it from the polar bear, I wind up dead. And we rely on wood so little in this. We don't bother making an axe to cut it down. It slows things down, but it frees up an inventory slot that we could use. So let's just cut down one more. We can cut down one more. Slow rebuild. Alright, we can move a little bit. Then I hate the boat recipe in Bedrock. I don't need the sticks. Oh, wait a minute. While we're at it, a chest. And turn that into a chest boat. And the point of turning it into a chest boat is what just happened back there. Polar bear as a passenger. Now, if that polar bear had a cub, we'd be dead. Because we wouldn't be able to get out of the boat on time. If we occupy the second slot with the chest, the polar bear cannot board. Monsters cannot board. Unless, like the last time, the zombie, which, stupid me, I decided to get right up close and personal, although I was trying to go in for the kill. Although I should have just let the sun do the job and kill it for me in another village. And again, we are going to use a bed here as a... We go underwater. Are you kidding me? Another abandoned village? Nope, okay. For a minute, from the angle I was looking at it, it looked like I was approaching another abandoned village, which, okay, we've seen enough of those. Those were okay at one point. good. Ooh. See if we can find a farmer. Then we can move the player. We can... Okay, yeah, I don't know why I keep thinking east and west I can run. Well, if I had regular controls, I could, but... More bread. Might as well use this all up. Slight waste, but nope, don't want that. I want that though. Yes, I can't pick up any passengers now that I got a chest boat. That was the mistake back there. I was in a hurry to get things going again. It's a little bit of a slow start, especially since I had to kind of limp along till I could get my food in order and get enough of it. And why did we stop? Might be that it's late, but I was very positive that I was jumping and then it just suddenly stopped jumping. Like really, really, really horrendous version of Mario physics. Thought that third jump was premature, but thank goodness it wasn't. Oh, I hate this. I hate hills that just appear out of nowhere. I mean, at least it's not a mountain. Usually can just work our way around these. And we just... Okay, my finger drifted off. And... yeah, my finger was on the move the player button, and we're not doing it. Of course, it tags a corner and decides to jump. And as I've said in many a video, ever since one of the Nether update patches, the auto jump pretty much sucks now. It used to be smart enough to realize that it'll jump if you're facing a block where that might be one block high and you're facing it. It'll attempt to jump. Now it'll just jump if you're touching any block that's one higher than you are, which is very annoying. Leads to pointless jumping. Actually, I think we've done way more this year than we did in the previous year, but then again, we also started using a phone that barely, and I mean barely, could handle the game, where turning the player was really difficult. Like, you want to change direction, it was like, well, wait a minute, we have to stop and think for a moment. That's a very complicated thing to do. That first year, I think we made it to 1.2 million. Thanks more or less to this phone, which actually can play the game. And that's what sucks about planned obsolescence is phone companies are the worst when it comes to that. Is phone that you had that was powerful enough to do anything, suddenly even texting becomes a monumental task where you hope your phone has enough processing power to send hideously complicated things like a few words of text to a friend. Never mind a game of Minecraft. For poops and giggles on the old phone, while not recording, I turned the render distance all the way down. In fact, I'm not even sure if when I was doing a regular Let's Play, I cranked the render distance all the way down and turned off all the fancy stuff. And the phone still barely could do single frame rate. And then an update came along that just made it plain unplayable. And that's when I started this one way. Figure if it's going to be a bit unplayable, it might as well be trying to do something relatively simple. Although I could only imagine how bad it would handle this part of it, if it can. As apparently, according to the Minecraft wiki that weaker phones might possibly, because of the processing power from this precision error, might actually cause the game to crash and burn. Really? Can we? Alright. Of course, we're not going to provide the best scenario, but good enough. Okay, yep. Sleep time. Save the space. Line myself up so that I'm pointing in the direction that I'm going in. Well, the ocean's helping. Oh, nearly 10,000 bucks. I mean, we were just 3 million and like 500, something like that. We didn't go too much further along because it was less than 10 minutes on the dryer, so might as well just call it a run at that point. And it sounds like the washer is done. Oh, actually wasn't paying attention to the cycles. So, yeah, let's get to 7,900 just to make it a nice even number. And it just happens to have worked. I'm going to put the phone down. That noise you're going to hear is that. All right. So, time to put things in the dryer and the long haul. And we're back. Pointing the wrong way, as this thing likes to do. And the fake thunderstorm routine. So I'm going to have to deal with reorienting my position in the boat. Either wait till we sleep or when we get out to reset the day. Although it doesn't really work. I don't think it works when it's without at least one sleep cycle. Because this is what a thunderstorm is supposed to look like with the clouds black. But instead, it just looks like a normal day. I mean, a normal rainy day, and monsters appear. But it's supposed to be dark and black like this. But now it's just a bugged out state in which never-ending rain until you quit and relaunch. So we're not really in a bad spot to at least get the 20,000 in. I mean, that's the minimum that I want. Of course, the more the merrier. Let's just see what happens. Getting somewhat close to a purge. If the world gets too big, purge it down to bare bones and continue onward. No, it's gotta... Yeah, it's still gotta be a full day for it to work. Okay, we don't need to do that. Oh, it's actually working this time. Might be because I did shut it off and turn it back on. You scared me. Oh, wonderful. What I don't need right now. We can move the player. The player needs to move when there's bad things. Okay, we can move the player. The player needs to be moving. Especially now. Especially now. Especially now. What we can do is move. There we go. We're out of that situation. Yeah. Way to jump when I asked you to. Yep, we are not moving for some reason. Alright, let's try moving. I don't want to hop like an idiot. I want to move the player. The player needs to move. The player needs to be moving. We make distance by moving. Finger drifts off. That's one thing. Me pushing button, nothing happens. That's another problem. Alrighty. So wait to move the basket away from the dryer so when I check the time, it's not in the way. And while I'm doing that, I wasn't paying attention to the land coming up. I wonder something. Does the boat physically change size? Or is it just the positioning? Oh, it's just my position in the boat changes. was curious about that because, when it hits certain angles, you can see the boat, angle of the boat change. That was interesting. Can't say that's the 2,812,334 thing happening, but the right is going too far off target. Still waiting to see if, like I said, if it includes the negative coordinates, the screwed up mountains. Still waiting to see that. This whole thing out in the ocean. Yeah, too difficult to get to. Ocean monuments, woodland mansions, and those, if they're not on land, we don't do because it just takes too much time. And the funny part is, although now the numbers make sense, but in the order that things have occurred, we actually have seen a woodland mansion doing this adventure before we ever saw a single jungle ruin. Of course, now we've seen several jungle ruins and not any more of the mansions. don't see any immediate land coming, so we will come over here. Okay, I didn't exactly expect that to happen. Alright, so got a little more than a little under 9,000 blocks to go, like 8,900 or so, and we'll meet our minimum target. And of course things go wrong, or sometimes there's just so many villages or doable places to check out that it actually makes it a challenge to get the 10,000 an hour minimum. And of course, death also hurts. And like I said, we're at a point now that even the nether, there's enough issue trying to run. I mean, the precision error is... you have to be at a sharp angle to see it at this point. But it's enough now that it's not safe to use anymore. And it actually seems to have been more of a bane than a bonus. I mean, there were some rare moments that we had some nice long, even and easy stretches where it actually helped. Otherwise, it was just more of a, okay, we skipped mountains kind of thing. It seems overall we're doing a bit better without it. Plus, if we were still going that way and could make it work, before we hit 1,000,000 blocks in the nether, we would have to stop using it anyway, because once you cross over 8 million and change, 8,300,000 something thousand. Supposedly, if you walk into it, you can still walk, but as soon as you sleep in a bed, get in a boat, ride a horse, you're forever committed to being in something bigger than you. A boat, horse. Provided the horse is fast enough. Can no longer sleep. Of course, barring any technical issues that may cause it, but if we die and we wind up back at spawn, or we get to the 8 million plus point where you can't sleep, because then you'll fall through the world otherwise. Then game over. So in all honesty, I'm being realistic. when I clearly state in the description trying to reach the strike farland variant, with the more likely thing being or getting as close as humanly possible. I consider it a partial victory if we can get to the 8.3 million. I don't know the exact number. Like I say, when we're reaching these milestones, I look it up and ensure that I know what the number is before I hit it. Now, if a technical glitch takes me out and winds up back in spawn, that will not count. It has to be that I legitimately screwed up, which I have quite a few times, and luckily have not died. Because there were a few points if I did die, I would have been back in spawn and would have had to call it done. I've added a couple of mental safety features, such as if I accidentally take out a bed that I slept in, I'll either find a building I haven't been to that has a bed and tag it to make it a spawn point and leave it alone, or if there are no beds in said village, the bed I accidentally taken down, I'll put back down and tag it so there is a spawn point. I'm always a little nervous about that because there was one point in a regular Let's Play where I've placed a bed during the day, tagged it to reset my spawn point when that was a thing you could do, which was a relatively new thing. And I died somewhere out in the distance, and I wound up at spawn because apparently it was a thing that still didn't really happen. It was like the old days where you hit a bed Alright, I swore there was a... I swore it was a... sand shelf, because I like to, every now and then I just like to hit those and make them fall in, watch them collapse, just because I can. Just, yep, we can place. There we go. Now we can climb our way up. Yeah, like I said in the before one of those nether updates, all you had to do was face a block that you want to manually jump over, and that's when it would jump. Alright, I thought I did see a village in there. Now, even if you're facing the side of a block and you're touching it, it'll jump. That's not how it's supposed to really work. Yeah, and I always, for some reason, keep thinking that I can start running. It's east and west. It's another abandoned village. Alright, there's no, alright. Go to a building that's somewhat secluded from the rest. Now I need beds, so I'll leave this one alone. Leave that one alone. Pressing a button. Got enough of those. Let's run. Forest again. Okay, it's the part where the player has to be moving. Yeah, that's not going to work. We would have our first honestly glitched terrain. It didn't have, yeah, we should be moving now. we should be moving the player. Okay, we gotta be moving the player. I want to be moving. Okay, we need to be moving. This is not moving. This is not making progress. This is not the correct thing. Getting on top of the trees is part of the right answer. That can help. But we need to move the player to do it. Okay, how about stop squirming and start moving? Oh, that was bad. Not bad enough to use an apple. Pain in the butt it might be. Might be easier in the long run to hit this section. That. Come on, not this again. Okay, move the plane. Okay, you actually were moving. Okay, now we gotta move. This is not safe to be bouncing around. Okay, nope, that's not an answer. I like when I press jump and nothing happens. That's the best. mean, on rare occasions it works, but east-west you can't get out of the water. Not going fast enough. Yeah. So right about here might be a good spot. Have a swim. Place the bed. Before we go off, did I see what I thought I saw, which was mountains? I don't know. I know the attempt to put, like, climate biomes next to each other doesn't always work. Yeah, Minecraft's famous, like, putting a desert next to frozen lake or the snow biomes, or putting a desert, a desert or the mesa / badlands next to that, or maybe have snowy, icy peak mountains next to a swamp. Things that make no sense. Did this whole paving cliffs thing, the terrain kind of fell apart, and it's almost like how it used to be before they fixed it. Although when they fixed it, the bad thing is that the terrain was a little less interesting. Although for a thing like for a show like this, it would have been great. But for a regular Minecraft Let's Play, obviously you want the better terrain. It also brought back the really weird and really bizarre looking caves and cliffs and mountain ranges. So less than 4,300 blocks till the minimum 10,000 that we're looking for. I mean 20,000 for the whole stint. Alright, we need to be turning. Okay, this is not working. Brake. Can we just... Okay, we need to be moving the player, first off. Okay, how about not drifting and go in the direction we're pointing? That's even a better answer. Alright, this wouldn't have been a suicide jump, but... Hey, why are we not moving the player? Shouldn't be any reason to not be moving the player. Finally getting a decent run. And after we ate, which means progress. Oh, blind faith jump. That's still a thing. It's killed us before. Wish I could see where I was going, though. Wrong answer. The only good thing about these being much more difficult to control out this far is trying to straighten the thing out gives the terrain a chance to generate. And that's just going too far in the wrong direction. And that's the fastest way in this objective to get anywhere. Okay, we can move a little bit. Okay, how about less drifting and more going in the direction I'm pointing in? Okay, why are we drifting? How about jumping? Oh, no, 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 no. This way. No, 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 no. Too far. This way. A little more. That jump worked. Say igloo or village. Okay, why are we... Okay, this way. This way. Turning this way. What the hell? Why are we doing that? Like, absolutely no control over this thing. May have been pointless, but let's find out. Yeah, a little pointless. it down, kind of stretch the view so I can see the lily pads a little better. Because of all that frozen, those frozen lakes that we did, and that little bit of frozen ocean, we're already close to the 20 million for the minimum for the day. And of course, when we hit landmarks or objectives, it pretty much happens in the ocean. Place the boat. Now, it's 20,500 something would be. So, I mean, we've made the 20,000 when we get to like 3,020,600. That adds a little safety there, because I know it was 3,500 something. Call it 6, that way we know. I just gotta wait for that to touch this, and we can sleep. Alright, I wanted to see where the dryer is once we hit our 20,000 mark, and yeah, we got another hour, so... Well, another 5 sleeps. That timer's a little fast. I think that's 5 after this one. Yeah, it would be after this one, so 5 to go. $11:04. Yeah, this will be it. In fact, I might end it slightly early because it's going to go past the new year, and I want to watch the ball drop. So count that as one of the 5. And past 20,700, so we've made the 20,000 minimum. get the boat just to go straight. Can't get it to go straight. Several months I got stupid lucky and I could go like almost like several hundred blocks before it drifted over one. That was ridiculously straight. It's so hard to do with the touch controls. It just recoils. So, come the new year, the week off is over, but the bad thing about the week off is not enough money coming in. There's an interesting job, I'm not going into it. There is an interesting kind of job that I have applied for, or I'm trying to apply for, to do some Sunday work so that if work slows down, I mean, this slowdown we're having is simply because at the end of the year, they for the most part, stop production so that they can do inventory on what we have versus what's been shipped, what hasn't been, materials to build things that we need to make. Then when they do their stuff, it's not an even process. It's, certain parts of it stop, and then a few days later, everybody's affected, and then near the end, the beginning steps of the manufacturing process start to come back up again. So during that time, it's always, even when we're ridiculously busy, that's when everything pretty much goes dead. And yeah, it's not gonna work. There we go. $11:13. Yeah, I'm not going to be going by the dryer timer. I'm going by the time. When it gets close, I'm calling it a day. I want to go watch the ball drop. used to watch it on ABC when Dick Clark used to do it. Then when he died and Ryan Seacrest took it over, I stopped watching because no. Just no. Too fake. Dick Clark was legitimate. Ryan Seacrest is Hollywood. Nothing against him. I forgot what game show he hosted one year, which claimed to have the largest prize in television history, which was a lie. I think the maximum you could win is like $5-6 million. Then Drew Carey hosted a show years before, The Power of 10, which claimed again to have the largest prize in history, which again was a lie, where you could win $10 million. Everybody forgot the game show that it was only on once a year, but everybody forgot the game show of chicken that PepsiCo ran for 3 seasons, where if you were stupid lucky, and no one ever was, you could win $1 billion with a B dollars. And the whole idea was that everybody in the audience wrote down an 8-digit number. And in the back room, they had 8 10-sided dice and a chimpanzee, literally a chimp, would take the die and place it on the table. I don't know if he's smart enough to roll it. He just take it and place it on the table. And whatever number appeared, that was the digit that was recorded. And they did it 8 times. The idea is you try to match the number that he did. And what they would do is they took 10 audience members that came the closest to the number the chimpanzee drew. And it didn't mean, now being the closest, it didn't mean you were numerically the closest. It could be just the amount of numbers you had right or were close to the numbers that he chose. It didn't matter which position, just so long as you were close. The 10 closest people would be placed on stage, and then it was a game of chicken. Pretty much, you were offered a prize. All you had to do to win the prize was just quit the game. And they gave you a time limit. Once the time was up, they would reveal which person is the farthest away, and that person wins nothing if they're eliminated that way. And it goes down till you get to 2 people. So if they do a round, say they're down to 4 people, I mean, it could be at the very beginning, they offer a much bigger prize than obviously when there were 10. So it's the game of chicken again. Say you're guaranteed $200,000 if you just quit. Just take the offer. And if you buzzed in to quit, that's the round. And the thing that could really throw off the whole game is it's quite possible that if you quit, you might have had the number that was closest, or even possibly exactly what the chimp drew. Yeah, one of the Wayans brothers, I think it was I can't remember their names, It was one of the Wayans brothers that originally hosted it the first 2 seasons, and then the last one not so much, and tried to do it the same way, and it just wasn't the same. Yeah, so they play a round of chicken. If somebody bows out, then no one's eliminated because somebody walked off, and it was a guaranteed prize. So anyway, if you're the last person standing, if you're the last person standing, you win $1 million. So someone was guaranteed one of the 10 that's chosen for this whole game. Someone was guaranteed $1 million, because if you're the last one standing, that's what you won. Then you had the chance. You can risk your $1 million and see if you matched every single number. And if you did, your 1 million would become 1 billion. But no one ever matched. And on the shows where people did buzz out and just take a consolation prize to be on the safe side, we'll never know that maybe they might have actually had the exact number or not. Because once they give it up, that number was gone. But I don't think anybody ever has matched it, to be honest. And the odds of a few hundred people being able to pick an 8-digit number from all zeros to what would be 99,999,999. I had to actually think. Then again, it's late at night. And oh, is that stupid? It wasn't very deep though. Anyway, we can run the player. Further away from that, the better. Also stinks is I do not have leather boots. Many a times I thought we could slaughter some cows, and we don't. Alright, we can move. Yep. Moving's better. Keep thinking I could find a leathersmith and then I could just get me some leather boots. Of course I'll go kill some cows, make my own, and then as the next thing that renders in is a village that has a leather workshop, and it would have the leather boots. Although we could use a village now. Not exactly. Okay, how about moving? Well, we're micron off. We don't stop when I ask to stop. Yep, jump and place. Jump and... We're not placing over there. Oh, keeps me from falling off, I guess. Okay, why did we have to jump on that? It said the old physics, it would only jump if you're facing a block that you could jump. And now You just have to be next to it, which is dumb. Which also makes it hard to get out of some of the buildings in some villages. Lately, our pit stops are on the side of islands. Of course, I'm keeping an eye on the time as well. Why must there be mountains? You're not supposed to exist anymore. Although this might look like, oh, there it is. It's just really normal strange mountain generation. Still waiting for the broken stuff to happen. It's just normal stuff that appears broken that happens. Okay, this way. Perfect, the pillager outpost. Break. And jump. And jump. Jump. Of course, I gotta get close to this stupid thing in order to get around. Let's just move. Okay, we're not gonna... Okay, we can move fast here a little bit. Okay. Yep. Yep, brake. Pressing the brake button. Probably means brake. Yeah, we're gonna have to take the long way around. I want to get around the mountain, but I didn't want to go 5 million miles away to do it. And run. Village. Project. Break. Nothing there. How are we on beds now? We're just one short. Okay, fumble the phone a little bit, and oh, we want bed. Okay, this is what we can do. Okay, we can move the player. I don't see anything I can use. Although, yet again, we're getting pretty close to sleeping. Yeah, it's close enough. We'll just stick around, sleep here. Free bed. Might as well while we were at it. And we had the ingots to do it. So now how many ingots do I have left? 0. Now we gotta fight this guy for the bed. I said I'm keeping an eye on the clock. I don't like where you're standing. Yep, portal. Alright, I see the box right away, which obviously means nothing of importance will be there. Okay, how about point and direction I'm going in? Okay, I don't need you going off in a strange direction like you're doing. This one. Running the player. Move. Then it just goes off in a direction. No, I don't want to drift. I want to move in a straight line. We're not moving in a straight line. Why are we going left? We're not touching left. We are moving straight. Yep. We selected red. And now on red. Okay. Okay, let's... Actually, when I tap the button, we do the job that it represents. And when I double tap the up button, that means move forward. Fast. Not do nothing. there's a break there. We're getting some easier terrain. Now that I said that, something horrible's going to happen. Oh, I hate when... Okay, yep, sword. Chosen a sword. Probably sword should happen. Alright, yep, move the player. Actually, that was pretty good. A rare moment that facing east and west, I actually got out of the water. And there's a desert temple, very well hidden. I mean, I probably would have just went right by it, because if I just didn't happen to be looking in this direction, it would never have seen it. Because it's not standing out in the middle of the ocean or anything like that. At one point, those were considered valuable. We can move. Yep, break. Might have been some redstone dust we took. Yep. That's in case we don't find any more iron ingots, and we need to make another sword. And just to think, I was telling you how, okay, this is not going to be the way to go. Just telling you how the first that I've seen a woodland mansion way before I saw one of those things. And now I've seen several of those things, and still only that one woodland mansion. $11:45. Yeah, so this will be the last. This will be the last sleep. Well, the next sleep will be the end, because I want to watch the ball drop, which will be about 10 minutes before this thing's done. So we'll almost be at 3,030 kilometers, but not quite. Still, it wouldn't be a $30,000 run. I mean, 30,000 block run. Dollar. If I made $1 for every block I moved. House would be paid off. It would be fully modernized. And I have a comfortable retirement cushion. No, I wouldn't quit my job because a few $1 million is, in where I live, you need that for a comfortable retirement. If you live somewhat long, okay, yeah, this is getting, speaking of long. Okay, we can't do that. Now we can. Yeah, I'm choosing the dirt block. In fact, you even highlighted it. Yeah, I'm jumping. We should probably do that. Too far. Okay, we can move the player. That's even better. Yeah, we can move. I like moving. 100% better answer. Why are we drifting? Should be pointing in the direction I'm moving in. No, we can move the player. I like the move the player button. Of course that's what happened. This way. Okay, move the player. The player needs to move. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Of course, when I want you to not move, you keep going. Okay, this is the part, yep. See, this is the part we move. Move. Are you serious? Can we just move the player? I want to move the player. I don't want to be jumping on the edges. I want to be moving the player. Just do that. Let's stop jumping on edges and start moving player. And we're not moving player, we're fucking. Oh, great, I said a word. Fucking me over. There, might as well say a whole thing. If I wanted to do that, perhaps I would be asking for it, but I'm not. Perhaps that means I might want to move. Hey, move. Alright, well, you know what? Well, we're gonna call it a day here, because, like I said, I want to see the ball drop, and the boat should be there, and that shouldn't be a thing in our inventory, so we're gonna drop that off over there, move this way. I'm not jumping, I want to be moving. Yeah, it's gonna be close. 11:55. So, yeah, I'm gonna sleep off camera. 3,029,580. Pretty close. And that's this edition of One Way. Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.